everyone. Welcome to Rayanalysis Roundtable. This is a collaboration between the TLSA Student Association, Vietnamese Student Organization, and the Filipino Student Association at the University of Florida. We will be going over some concepts from the movie Raya and the Last Dragon and its significant cultural impact for today's media. So stay tuned. But before we get started, we'd like to thank StudyEdge for sponsoring this event. Congratulations to the raffle winners.
So, Jackie, did you watch the movie? You better have, since we had a whole screening on Zoom.
Uh, yeah, I totally did.
So yeah, to catch everyone up to speed, what is so significant about this movie?
Media such as Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior, Jack the American Dragon, and Ni Hao Kai Lan were centered around East Asian cultures.
What makes this movie Raya and the Last Dragon special is that it pulls from several Southeast Asian cultures, bringing a different image for the new generation of children to see and relate to.
Oh yeah, now I see the significance, and I think this is what draws us to talk about this movie who identify with the cultural themes.
Yeah, definitely. And now on the topic of cultural themes, what are some certain cultural elements that we saw in the movie that reflects Vietnamese, Filipino, and Thai Lao culture?
Yeah, I saw how certain weapons from the movie take influence from those of Filipino and Indonesian culture. Some of those weapons are also used in specific kinds of martial arts too. For example, the sticks that Raya fought with are rattan sticks that are also known as bastons. This type of weapon is especially prevalent in the martial arts style called arnis or eskrima and kali, which is a style that uses an assorted range of weapons for combat and self-defense.
The dagger used, on the other hand, takes influence from the Indonesian and Javanese silat weapon known as keris or kris. This type of weapon is predominantly used in the Indonesian martial arts style known as pencak silat. Similar to arnis, the style also focuses on self-defense with its weaponry.
Yeah, and there are countless other references that we can see in the movie that we have not mentioned. Every time I rewatch this movie, I see a new different cultural reference, which is gratifying to see.
I also definitely see myself being represented culturally, especially with the character Raya and her sense of filial piety. Let's discuss that.
Yeah, for those who are not familiar on what filial piety is honor and respect that children often show to their parents and ancestors. This is commonly seen throughout all Asian cultures, and the movie captures this concept with Raya's determination to save her father and to carry out his dream of uniting the nations.
Oh yeah, I think this was also depicted through Namari, Raya's rival in the movie. The movie portrays Namari's devotion towards her mother by betraying Raya to steal the dragon orb for her, even though she knew it wasn't right. Now that you mention it, I also see myself practicing filial piety in my own life. Growing up, I would always approach my elders' hand and place it on my forehead as a sign of respect that we call mano in Tagalog, which translates to blessing. I also grew up with my grandma because it's tradition for children to take care of their parents when they reach old age, and it's been instilled in me that I would do the same to my parents when they get older as well.
OMG, bestie. For me, a lot of the choices I make revolve around my parents as well, and I try to repay them in any way that I can for everything that they've done so that I can be where I am today. I'm glad that this movie was able to capture this important concept found in our cultures through a way that children can easily learn from.
Now let's talk about the language used in the movie. I think a great part of the movie was the immersion of culture, which was reinforced through the language.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Most of the characters' names are from Sanskrit. For example, Sisu, short for Sisu Datu, literally translate into last serpent. Prani means one that breathes, which represents her air powers, and Jagan means the universe.
I heard the word Binturi and Depla a lot throughout the film. I wonder what they mean.
Well, Venturi is an insult used at enemies, and Depla is Vietnamese for beautiful.
It's interesting how different cultures are used in the movie and how they're transformed in a way that is so unique, but also respectful to the real world cultures. The dialogue we had today brought up many great points about culture and media representation. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. We hope that everyone listening or watching today learned something valuable about Southeast Asian culture. And if you already knew all this information, help us spread the knowledge and share this video to other people. Thank you for your time.